A U.S. Child Welfare Organization Guide. Chapter 1. U.S. Child Organization Lists. U.S. State Child Welfare Complaint Offices. These offices handle customer complaints about child welfare. Alabama. Alabama Department of Human Resources. 50 North Ripley Street, Montgomery, Alabama 36130. 334-242-1325. fsd@dhr.alabama.gov. dhr.alabama.gov/directory/admin_hearings.aspx. Alaska. Alaska Department of Health and Social Services. 130 Seward Street, Suite 400. Juneau, Alaska 99811. 907-465-3548. hss.ocscommunications@alaska.gov. dhss.alaska.gov/ocs/pages/grievance/index.aspx. Alaska Office of the Ombudsman. POG 102,636. Anchorage, Alaska 99510-2636. 907-269-5290. Fax 907-269-5291. ombud.alaska.gov. Arizona. Arizona Department of Child Services Ombudsman's Office. Arizona. 602-255-2500. dcs.az.gov/resources/resolve-complaint-or-disagreement. Arizona Ombudsman Citizens Aid. 3737 North 7th Street, Suite 209. Phoenix, Arizona 85014. 602-277-7292. 800-872-2879. Fax 602-277-7312. ombuds@azoca.gov. azoca.gov/complaint-procedure. Arizona Department of Economic Security. Office of the Ombudsman. Arizona. 602-364-2860. 866-362-2837. des.az.gov/how-do-i/request-assistance-ombudsman. Arkansas. Arkansas Department of Human Services. Client Advocate. Donaghy Plaza, POG 1437. Little Rock, Arkansas 72203. 501-682-8770. humanservices.arkansas.gov/offices. California. California Department of Social Services. 744 P Street, M/S3-90. Sacramento, California 95814. 916-651-8100. cdss.ca.gov/reporting/file-a-complaint/county-complaints. California Ombudsman for Foster Care. 744 P Street, MS August 13, 25. Sacramento, California 95814. 877-846-1602. fosterioUTHhelp@dss.ca.gov. fosterioUTHhelp.ca.gov. Colorado. Colorado Department of Human Services. 1575 Sherman Street, Denver, Colorado 80203. 303-866-4511. Fax 303-866-5563. cdhs.communicationsat-state.co.us. colorado.gov/pacific/cdhs/contact-us-5. Colorado Office of the Child Protection Ombudsman. Colorado. 720-625-8640. coloradocpo.org. Connecticut. Connecticut Department of Children and Families. Ombudsman Office. 505 Hudson Street, Hartford, Connecticut 06106. 860-550-6301. 866-637-4737. Fax 860-560-7086. portal.ct.gov/dcf/ombudsman/office-of-the-ombudsman. District of Columbia. District of Columbia Child and Family Services Agency Youth Ombudsman. 200 I Street, SE. Washington, District of Columbia 20003. 202-442-6100. Fax 202-727-6505. cfsa@dc.gov. cfsa.dc.gov/service/be-heard-for-youth. Florida. Florida Children's Ombudsman. Florida. 850-717-4505. myflfamilies.com/service-programs/child-welfare/children's-ombudsman. Florida Department of Children and Families. County Client Relations Coordinators. Florida. 850-487-1111. myflfamilies.com/contact-us. Georgia. Georgia's Office of Child Advocate. 270 Washington Street Southwest. 8th floor, Suite 8101. Atlanta, Georgia 30334. 404-656-4200. Fax 404-656-5200. tboga@oca.ga.gov. oca.georgia.gov. Hawaii. Hawaii Office of the Ombudsman. 465 South King Street 4th floor. Honolulu, Hawaii 96813. 808-587-0770. Fax 808-587-0773. ombudsman.hawaii.gov/got-a-complaint. Illinois. Illinois Advocacy Office for Children and Families. 406 East Monroe Street. Springfield, Illinois 62701. 217-524-2029. 800-232-3798. TTY 800-513-4980. illinois.gov/dcfs/aboutus/documents/advocybro.pdf. Indiana. Indiana Department of Child Services, DCS, Ombudsman Bureau. 402 W Washington, W479. Indianapolis, Indiana 46204. 317-234-7295. DCS Ombudsman at edoa.in.gov. in.gov/edoa/2610.hdm. Iowa. Iowa Office of Citizens Aid Ombudsman. Ola Babcock Miller Building. 1112 East Grand. Des Moines, Iowa 50319. 515-281-3592. 888-426-6283. elegis.iowa.gov/ombudsman. Kansas. Kansas Department of Children and Families, Foster Parent and Youth Ombudsman. Kansas. 844-279-2306. Foster Parent at dcf.ks.gov. dcf.ks.gov/pps/foster-parent-and-youth-ombudsman.aspx. Kentucky. Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services. Office of the Ombudsman. 275 East Main Street 1EB. Frankfort, Kentucky 40621. 502-564-5497. 800-372-2973. chfs.ky.gov/os/omb. Louisiana. Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services. 627 North 4th Street, Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70802. 225-342-2297. Fax, 225-342-2268. dcfs.louisiana.gov/index.cfm?md =page builder &tmp =home &nid =184 &pnid =0 &pid =372. Maine. Maine Ombudsman Program. Maine. 207-213-4773. 866-621-0758. Ombudsman at cwombudsman.com. cwombudsman.com. Maryland. Maryland Department of Human Services. State Constituent Services. 311 West Saratoga Street, Baltimore, Maryland 21201-3521. 800-332-6347. dhr-help@dhr.state.md.us. dhr.maryland.gov/licensing-and-monitoring/how-to-make-a-complaint. Massachusetts. Massachusetts Department of Children and Families Ombudsman. 24 Farnsworth Street, Boston, Massachusetts 02210. 617-748-2444. mass.gov/eas/gov/departments/dcf-ombudsman.html. Michigan. Michigan Office of Children's Ombudsman. POB 30026. Lansing, Michigan 48909. 517-373-3077. 800-642-4326. Fax, 517-335-4471. Child Ombud at michigan.gov. michigan.gov/OCO. Minnesota. Minnesota, the Office of the Ombudsperson for Families. 1450 Energy Drive, Suite 106. St. Paul, Minnesota 55108. 651-603-0058. 1-888-234-4939. Fax, 651-643-2539. mn.gov/ombudfam. Mississippi. Mississippi Department of Human Services. Office of Consumer Services. 750 North State Street, Jackson, Mississippi 39202. 601-359-4414. 800-345-6347. consumer.services@mdhs.ms.gov. mdhs.state.ms.us/community-services/contact. Missouri. Missouri Office of Child Advocate. POB 809. Jefferson City, Missouri 65102. 866-457-2302. Fax, 573-522-6870. oca@oca.mo.gov. oca.mo.gov. Montana. Montana Child and Family Ombudsman. Helena, Montana 59604. 844-252-4453. DOJ Ombudsman at mt.gov. dojmt.gov/enforcement/children's justice. Nebraska. Nebraska Public Counsel, Ombudsman's Office. Public Counsel, Ombudsman's Office. POB 94604. Room 807, State Capitol. Lincoln, Nebraska 68509-4604. 402-471-2035. 800-742-7690. ombud@leg.ne.gov. nebraskalegislature.gov/division/ombud.php. Nevada. Nevada Division of Child and Family Services. Systems Advocate. 4126 Technology Way 3rd floor. Carson City, Nevada 89706. 775-684-4453. Systems.advocate@dcfs.nv.gov. dcfs.nv.gov/programs/SA. New Hampshire. New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services. Office of the Ombudsman. 129 Pleasant Street, Concord, New Hampshire 03301-3857. 603-271-6941. 800-852-3345. Fax 603-271-4632. dhs.nh.gov/oos/ombudsman/index.htm. New Jersey. New Jersey Department of Children and Families. Office of Advocacy. 222 South Warren Street, epub 729, 3rd floor. Trenton, New Jersey 08625-0729. 877-543-7864. Ask DCF at dcf.state.newjersey.us. nj.gov/dcf/about/division/OA. New Mexico. New Mexico Children, Youth, and Families. PO Drawer 5160. PERA. Room 254. Santa Fe, New Mexico 87502. 505-827-7606. Fax 505-827-4053. state.nm.us. scifd.org/about-scifd/constituent-affairs. New York. New York State Office of Children and Families. New York. ocfs.ny.gov/main/regional offices_main.asp. New York City only. Office of Advocacy/ACS Parents and Children's Rights Unit. 150 William Street, 18th floor. New York, New York 10038. 212-676-9421. nyc.gov/html/acs/advocacy/office_advocacy.shtml. North Dakota. North Dakota Department of Human Services. Appeals Supervisor, Legal Advisory Unit. 600 East Boulevard Avenue, Department 325. Bismarck, North Dakota 58505-0250. 701-328-2311. 800-472-2622. dhslau@nd.gov. Ohio. Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. Office of Constituent Affairs. 30 East Broad Street, 32nd floor. Columbus, Ohio 43215-0423. 614-466-9280. Legislation at jfs.ohio.gov. jfs.ohio.gov/oleg. Oklahoma. Oklahoma Department of Human Services. Office of Client Advocacy. POB 25352. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73125-0352. 405-525-4850. Fax 405-525-4855. okdhs.org/libraries/news/mk/comm07202011i.aspx. Oregon. Oregon Governor's Advocacy/Ombudsman Office. 500 Summer STNE. 4th floor, GAO. Salem, Oregon 97301. 503-945-6904. 800-442-5238. Oregon.gov/dhs/about-dhs/pages/gao.aspx. Oregon Foster Care Ombudsman. 500 Summer St. Northeast E17. Salem, Oregon 97301. Fax 855-840-6036. fco.info@state.or.us. Oregon.gov/dhs/about-dhs/pages/fostercare-ombudsman.aspx. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Department of Human Services. Pennsylvania. dhs.pa.gov/citizens/find facile sandlocks/regional children outhand families offices/index.htm number.vjme2fom8. Rhode Island. Rhode Island Office of the Child Advocate. Louis Pasteur Building 4th floor. 57 Howard Avenue. Cranston, Rhode Island 02920. 401-462-4300. Fax 401-462-4305. child-advocate.ri.gov/index.php. South Carolina. South Carolina State Office of Children's Affairs. Office of Children's Affairs. 1200 Senate Street Suite 104. Columbia, South Carolina 29201. 803-734-5049. Fax 803-734-0799. ca.sc.gov. South Dakota. South Dakota Department of Social Services. Constituent Liaison. 700 Governors Drive. Pierre, South Dakota 57501. 800-597-1603. DSS Constituent Liaison at state.sd.us. dss.sd.gov/key-resources/legal/grievance.aspx. Tennessee. Tennessee Commission on Children and Youth. Andrew Johnson Tower, 9th floor. 710 James Robertson Parkway. Nashville, Tennessee 37243-0800. 615-532-1572. 800-264-0904. Fax 615-532-1591. tn.gov/tccy/topic/ombuds. Texas. Texas Health and Human Services Commission. Office of the Ombudsman. POB 13247 MCH 700. Austin, Texas 78711-3247. 877-787-8999. TDD 888-425-6889. Fax 888-780-8099. hhsc.state.tx.us/about_hhsc/contact/contact.shtml. Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Office of Consumer Affairs. POB 149030. Austin, Texas 78714-9030. 800-720-7777. Fax 512-339-5892. dfps.state.tx.us/contact_us/questions_and_complaints/oca.asp. Utah. Utah Department of Human Services. Office of Child Protection Ombudsman. 120 North 120-200 West. Room 422, POB 45500. Salt Lake City, Utah 84145-0500. 801-538-4589. 800-868-6413. Fax 801-538-3942. hsocpo.utah.gov. Vermont. Vermont Department for Children and Families. Consumer Concerns Team. 103 South Main Street 2nd floor, 5 North. Waterbury, Vermont 05671-5920. 802-871-3385. dcf.vermont.gov/concerns-complaints. Virginia. Virginia Department of Social Services. 801 East Main Street, Richmond, Virginia 23219-3301. 804-726-7011. Fax, 804-726-7015. comm@dss.virginia.gov. dss.state.va.us/appeals/cps.cgi. Washington. Washington State Office of the Family and Children's Ombuds. 6720 Fort Dent Way Suite 240. Mail Stop TT 99. Tukwila, Washington 98188. 206-439-3870. 800-571-7321. Fax, 206-439-3877. ofco.wa.gov. West Virginia. West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources. Office of Client Services. 350 Capitol Street, Room 513. Charleston, West Virginia 25301. 800-642-8589. dhr.wv.gov/bcf/services/documents/client%20 services%20 femplet%20 v4.0.pdf. Wisconsin. Wisconsin Department of Children and Families. 201 East Washington Avenue, 2nd floor. POB 8916. Madison, Wisconsin 53708-8916. dcf.wisconsin.gov/about-us/complaint. Wyoming. Wyoming Department of Family Services. Complaint Resolution/Ombudsman. Hathaway Building, 2300 Capitol Avenue, 3rd floor. Cheyenne, Wyoming 82002. 307-777-6597. sites.google.com//wyo.gov/dfsweb/home/about-us/director-s-office/complaint-resolution. Find U.S. local and county child welfare agencies by state. Alabama. Alabama Department of Human Resources. dhr.alabama.gov/counties/county_select.aspx. Alaska. Alaska Department of Health and Social Services. dhss.alaska.gov/ocs/pages/offices/default.aspx. Arizona. Arizona Department of Economic Security. des.az.gov/find-your-local-office. Arkansas. Arkansas Department of Human Services. humanservices.arkansas.gov. California. California Department of Social Services. cds.ca.gov/county-offices. Colorado. Colorado Department of Human Services. colorado.gov/pacific/cdhs/contact-your-county. Connecticut. Connecticut Department of Children and Families. ct.gov/dcf/cwp/view.asp?*q=5440004. Delaware. Delaware Department of Services for Children, Youth, and their Families. kids.delaware.gov/locations.html. District of Columbia. District of Columbia Child and Family Services Agency. cfsa.dc.gov. Florida. Florida Department of Children and Families. myflfamilies.com/contact-us. Georgia. Georgia Division of Family and Children Services. dfcs.georgia.gov/locations. Hawaii. Hawaii Department of Human Services. humanservices.hawaii.gov/important-phone-numbers. Idaho. Idaho Department of Health and Welfare. healthandwelfare.idaho.gov/contact us/tabid/127/default.aspx. Illinois. Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. state.il.us/dcfs/phone directory.shtml. Indiana. Indiana Department of Child Services. in.gov/dcs/2372.hdm. Iowa. Iowa Department of Human Services. dhs.iowa.gov/dhs_office_locator. Kansas. Kansas Department for Children and Families. dcf.ks.gov/services/pages/dcf-office-locator-map.aspx. Kentucky. Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services. prdweb.chfs.ky.gov/office_phone/index.aspx. Louisiana. Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services. dss.state.la.us/index.cfm?md =pagebuilder&tmp =home&pid=199. Maine. Maine Department of Health and Human Services. gateway.maine.gov/dhs-apps/office_finders/index.asp. Maryland. Maryland Department of Human Services. dhr.maryland.gov/local-offices. Massachusetts. Massachusetts Department of Children and Families. mass.gov/eah/contact-us/dcf/directory.html. Michigan. Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. michigan.gov/FIA/0,160,7-5461-5461-00.html. Minnesota. Minnesota Department of Human Services. mn.gov/dhs/general-public/about-dhs/counties-us/regional-offices. Mississippi. Mississippi Department of Child Protection Services. mdcps.ms.gov/contact. Missouri. Missouri Department of Social Services. dss.mo.gov/offices.hdm. Montana. Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services. dphs.mt.gov/contact. Nebraska. Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. dhhs.ne.gov/publichealth/documents/contacts.pdf. Nevada. Nevada Department of Health and Human Services. dcfs.nv.gov/programs/cws/contact_cws. New Hampshire. New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services. dhhs.nh.gov/contact-us/district-offices.hdm. New Jersey. New Jersey Department of Children and Families. state.nj.us/dcf/contact/dcpp local/number sign 1. New Mexico. New Mexico Children, Youth and Families Department. scifd.org/contact-us. New York. New York State Office of Children and Family Services. ocfs.state.ny.us/adopt/adspec.asp. North Carolina. North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. ncdhhs.gov/divisions/dss/local-county-social-services-offices. North Dakota. North Dakota Department of Human Services. nd.gov/dhs/locations/counties-OCEL-serve. Ohio. Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. jfs.ohio.gov/county/county_directory.pdf. Oklahoma. Oklahoma Department of Human Services. okdhs.org/county-offices/pages/default.aspx. Oregon. Oregon Department of Human Services. Oregon.gov/DHS/children/pages/localoffices.aspx. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Department of Human Services. dhs.pa.gov/citizens/find-facil-san-diel-ocs/county assistance OFFICE contact information. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico Administration for Familias. adfn.gobierno.pr. Rhode Island. Rhode Island Department of Children, Youth, and Familias. dcyf.ri.gov/contact.php. South Carolina. South Carolina Department of Social Services. dss.sc.gov/contact. South Dakota. South Dakota Department of Social Services. dss.sd.gov/find local office. Tennessee. Tennessee Department of Children's Services. tn.gov/dcs/about-us/dcs-regional-offices.html. Texas. Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. dfps.state.tx.us/contact_us/map.asp. Utah. Utah Department of Child and Family Services. dcfs.utah.gov/contact-us/interactive-location-map. Vermont. Vermont Department for Children and Families. dcf.vermont.gov/ocs/contact-us/regional-offices. Virginia. Virginia Department of Social Services. dss.state.va.us/localagency/index.html. Washington. Washington State Department of Social and Health Services. fortress.wa.gov/dshs/f2ws03apps/ca offices pub/offices/general/officebic.asp. West Virginia. West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources. dhhr.wv.gov/bcf/pages/default.aspx. Wisconsin. Wisconsin Department of Children and Families. dcf.wisconsin.gov/about-us/contact-us. Wyoming. Wyoming Department of Family Services. sites.google.com/wyo.gov/dfsweb/home/contact-us. U.S. State Child Welfare Education Training Resources. Alabama. Alabama Department of Human Resources. Field Administration. Alabama. 334-242-9275. 216.226.177.43/directory/field_admin.aspx. Arizona. Northern Arizona University Social Work Program. 5 East McConnell Drive. Department of Sociology and Social Work. Flagstaff, Arizona 86011. 928-523-2979. ssw@now.edu. nau.edu/sbs/ssw. Arkansas. University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Academic Partnership in Public Child Welfare. Arkansas. 479-968-0305. L. Clayton at atu.edu. atu.edu/behaviorci/holdings.php. California. UCLA Center on Child Welfare. POB 951656. Los Angeles, California 90095-1656. 310-206-2696. 310-206-2475. Fax 310-206-2716. luskin.ucla.edu/programs/calories wec-public-child-welfare-program-2. San Francisco State University. Bay Area Academy Training Center. California. 510-271-0951. bereaacademy.org/quick-links/trainer-resources. University of California, Berkeley School of Social Welfare. California Social Work Education Center. California. 510-642-9272. calorieswec.berkeley.edu. Social Welfare Evaluation, Research, and Training Center. California. 559-228-4080. Fax, 559-228-4099. csufresno.edu/swert. San Diego State University. Academy for Professional Excellence. California. 619-594-3546. academylms@mail.sdsu.edu. theacademy.sdsu.edu. University of California at Davis Extension. Center for Human Services. California. 530-757-8643. humanservices.ucdavis.edu. Colorado. Nicholson, Spencer and Associates. Colorado. 303-433-6449. 1-877-433-6449. nsatraininginstitute.org/index.htm. Colorado Child Welfare Training System. Colorado. 800-390-9619. Support at coloradocwts.com. coloradocwts.com. Connecticut. Connecticut Department of Children and Families. Connecticut. 860-550-6418. Commissioner.dcf@ct.gov. ct.gov/dcf/cwp/view.asp?mark=$25340$q=$5321440. Florida. University of South Florida. Florida. 813-974-4606. 813-974-2063. 800-852-5362. cfscommunitysolutions.cbcs.usf.edu. Florida's Center for Child Welfare. Florida. Centers up port at usf.edu. Center for Child Welfare.fmhi.usf.edu. Georgia. Georgia State University. Georgia. 404-413-2000. peprogram.gsu.edu. Georgia Division of Family and Children Services. Georgia. dfcs.dhs.georgia.gov/education-and-training. Idaho. Idaho Child Welfare Research and Training Center. Idaho. 800-745-1186. icwrdc@euu.edu. icwrdc.org. Illinois. Chicago's Children's Advocacy Center. Illinois. 312-492-3700. info@chicagocac.org. chicagocac.org/what-we-do/outreach-education/training. Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. Illinois. 877-800-3393. DCF's training at illinois.gov. illinois.gov/dcfs/aboutus/pages/com_communications_train.aspx. Pride Digital Curriculum. Illinois. 708-534-4094. Fax, 708-534-8956. info@pridedigital.org. pridedigital.org/index.html. Indiana. Indiana Department of Child Services. Indiana. in.gov/dcs/2345.htm. Iowa. University of Iowa School of Social Work. Iowa. 319-335-1250. Fax, 319-335-1711. ssw_office@iowa.uiowa.edu. clas.uiowa.edu/social work. Iowa Child Welfare Protective Training Academy. Iowa. Registrar at iowacpda.org. iatrainingsource.org. Kansas. Children's Alliance of Kansas. Kansas. 785-235-5437. Fax, 785-235-8697. childally.org/training.html. Kansas Children's Service League. Kansas. 877-530-5275. kcsl.org/training_home.aspx. University of Kansas. Kansas. 785-864-4792. ccf@ku.edu. childrenandfamilies.ku.edu/ccf-ceus-coffee-series. Kentucky. University Training Consortium. Kentucky. 859-622-8078. Fax, 859-622-6399. utc.eku.edu/default.htm. Department for Community-Based Services Training Branch. Kentucky. training.eku.edu. Training Resource Center. Kentucky. 859-257-9000. uky.edu/social work. Maine. Child Welfare Training Institute. Maine. 207-626-5200. cwti.trainingserver3.org. Maryland. University of Maryland School of Social Work. 525 West Redwood Street. Baltimore, Maryland 21201. 410-706-5478. 410-706-1396. Fax, 410-706-3133. Phone, training 410-706-3637. ryc@ssw.umaryland.edu. ssw.umaryland.edu. Massachusetts. Massachusetts, Boston University School of Social Work. Massachusetts. 617-353-3750. Fax, 617-353-5612. bu.edu/ssw/about. Michigan. Prosecuting Attorneys Association of Michigan. Michigan. 517-334-6060. michiganprosecutor.org. University of Michigan, School of Social Work. 1080 South University Avenue. Ann Arbor, Michigan 48109-1106. 734-764-3309. Fax, 734-936-1961. ssw.umich.edu. Michigan Department of Human Services. Michigan. Michigan.gov/MDHHS/0,58339-7155110-74572-00.html. Minnesota. Minnesota Child Welfare Training System. Minnesota. dhs.child.safetypermanency@state.mn.us. dhs.state.mn.us/main/idcplg?IDC service =get_dynamic_conversion & revisions election method =latest released &redirected =true &DDoC name =ID_000158. First Witness Child Abuse Resource Center, Minnesota. 218-727-8353. 877-599-9995. Fax, 218-727-3747. info@firstwitness.org. firstwitness.org. Mississippi. Mississippi State Personnel Board Office of Training, Mississippi. 601-359-1406. Fax, 601-359-2729. sbbres.ms.gov/training/comdesk1106.pdf. Child Welfare Training Institute, Mississippi. 601-266-4163. 228-214-3262. Fax, 601-266-4167. usm.edu/socialwork/#title 4E. Missouri. University of Missouri St. Louis, School of Social Work. St. Louis, Missouri. 314-516-5961. 314-516-6385. umcel.edu/division/conted/index.html. Missouri Department of Social Services, Missouri. TDD, 800-735-2966. app.jobs.mo.gov/mcs/etps/etps search/institutions/arch.aspx. Montana. Montana. No online to training available at this time. Montana. Nebraska. University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Center on Children, Families, and the Law, Nebraska. 402-472-3479. ccfl.unl.edu/services/training. Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, Nebraska. 402-471-6035. 1-800-254-4202. dhhs.humanresource@nebraska.gov. dhhs.ne.gov/pages/her_herindex.aspx. Nevada. Nevada, University of Nevada, Reno School of Social Work, Nevada. 775-784-6542. Fax, 775-784-4573. unr.edu/social-work. Nevada Partnership for Training, Nevada. 702-895-1246. 702-486-7668. nvpartnership4training.com. New Hampshire. New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services, New Hampshire. dhhs.nh.gov/dcyf/balchi.hdm. Granite State College, New Hampshire. 603-271-6625. Fax, 603-271-4947. etp.granite.edu. University of New Hampshire. Center for Professional Excellence in Child Welfare, New Hampshire. 603-271-4732. Admissions at unh.edu. unh.edu/cpe/training. New Jersey. Monmouth University, Department of Social Work, New Jersey. 732-571-3543. Fax, 732-263-5217. swfield@monmouth.edu. monmouth.edu/school-of-social-work/professional-education-program.aspx. New Mexico. Southwest Region National Child Protection Training Center, New Mexico. help@familyandchild.net. familyandchild.net. New York. New York, Center for Development of Human Services. New York. 716-876-7600. Fax, 716-796-2201. bsc-cdhs.org. Council of Family and Child Caring Agencies. New York. 212-929-2626. Fax, 212-929-0870. jcadet@cofcca.org. cofcca.org/New York C-Training-Consortium. New York State Office of Children and Family Services. New York. 518-473-7793. Fax, 518-486-7550. A2950@dfa.state.newyork.us. ocfs.state.ny.us/ORD. New York University, Silver School of Social Work. New York. 212-998-5900. ssw.continuing@nyu.edu. nyu.edu/socialwork/r.programs/cont.ed.html. University of Buffalo School of Social Work. New York. 716-829-5841. 716-829-5847. Fax, 716-829-3938. sw-ce@buffalo.edu. socialwork.buffalo.edu/contid. North Carolina. Family and Children's Resource Program, UNCCH School of Social Work. North Carolina. 919-962-6419. chowell@email.unc.edu. fcrp.unc.edu. Family and Children's Resource Program, UNCCH School of Social Work. North Carolina. ssw.unc.edu/cwec. Chapel Hill Training Outreach Project, Inc. 800 East Town Drive, Suite 105. Chapel Hill, North Carolina 27514. 919-490-5577. Fax, 919-490-4905. chtop.org/training. Jordan Institute for Families. Child Welfare Education Collaborative. North Carolina. 919-962-6450. nccwec@unc.edu. cwec.unc.edu. North Dakota. Human Resource Management Services. North Dakota. 701-328-3290. Fax, 701-328-1475. hrms@nd.gov. nd.gov/hrms/employees/training.html. Native American Training Institute. 4007 State Street Suite 110. Bismarck, North Dakota 58503. 701-225-6374. Fax, 701-225-6394. Jody G@nativeinstitute.org. nativeinstitute.org. Children and Family Services Training Center. North Dakota. 701-777-3442. Fax, 701-777-0789. cfstc@mail.und.edu. cfstc.und.edu. Ohio. Ohio Child Welfare Training Program. Ohio. 614-251-6000. ocwtp.net/training.htm. North American Resource Center for Child Welfare. 1706 East Broad Street, Gwynn House, Columbus, Ohio 43203. 614-252-0725. 614-251-6000. 6000. Fax, 614-251-6005. narcw@ihs-traineet.com. ihs-trainet.com. Ohio Child Welfare Training Program. Ohio. 614-251-6000. ocwtp.com. Ohio State University College of Social Work. 1947 College Road. Columbus, Ohio 43210. 614-292-6288. Fax, 614-292-6940. csw.osu.edu. Oklahoma. Child Welfare Training Program. Oklahoma. 405-573-9191. Fax, 405-573-9292. ou.edu/CW Training. University of Oklahoma. Oklahoma. 405-325-4414. 800-522-0772. outreach.ou.edu/occe/professional_development.html. Oregon. Oregon Department of Human Services. Oregon. 503-945-5944. Fax, 503-378-2897. TTY, 503-945-6214. Oregon.gov/dhs/pages/index.aspx. Portland State University. Child Welfare Partnership Training. Oregon. 503-315-4267. cwpsalem.pdx.edu. National Indian Child Welfare Association. Oregon. 503-222-4044. Fax, 503-222-4007. nicwa.org/certification. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, Bryn Mawr College, School of Social Work and Social Research. Pennsylvania. 610-520-2602. swprodev@brynmawr.edu. brynmawr.edu/socialwork/ce. University of Pittsburgh, School of Social Work. Continuing Education. Pennsylvania. 412-624-3711. tsssw@pitt.edu. socialwork.pitt.edu. Pennsylvania Child Welfare Training Program. Pennsylvania. 717-795-9048. Fax, 717-795-8013. pacwcbt.pitt.edu. Pennsylvania, Center for Social Policy and Community Development. Pennsylvania. 215-204-7491. Fax, 215-204-3429. csbcd@temple.edu. temple.edu/csbcd/pdce.html. Rhode Island. Rhode Island College. Rhode Island. 401-453-4627. ric.edu/pages/default.aspx. South Carolina. South Carolina, Center for Child and Family Studies. South Carolina. 803-777-8128. ccfs.sc.edu. Tennessee. Social Work Office of Research and Public Service. 600 Henley Street. UT Conference Center, Suite B80. Knoxville, Tennessee 37996-4104. 865-974-6015. Fax, 865-974-3877. swrps.tennessee.edu/?s=Social Work Office of Research and Public Service. Tennessee Center for Child Welfare. epub 143. Murfreesboro, Tennessee 37132. 615-898-2300. Fax 615-217-3548. tccw@mtsu.edu. cem.mtsu.edu/k-12/Tennessee-Center-Child-Welfare-Children's-Children's Services. Texas. University of Houston, Graduate School of Social Work. Texas. 713-743-8075. gsswce@central.a.edu. uh.edu/social work. Texas State University, Center for Children and Families. Texas. 512-245-6600. ccf@txstate.edu. ccf.txstate.edu/title-4-e/about.html. Tarleton State University. Box T0655. Texas. 254-968-3000. aoe@tarleton.edu. Stephen F. Austin State University, School of Social Work. Child Welfare Professional Development Project. Texas. 936-468-1808. swk@sfasu.edu. sfasu.edu/socialwork/97.asp. Utah. Division of Child and Family Services. Utah. 801-538-4100. dirdhs@utah.gov. dcfs.utah.gov. Vermont. Vermont Child Welfare Partnership. Vermont. 802-656-3131. uvm.edu/socwork/vcwp. Vermont Department for Children and Families. Vermont. 802-241-3041. osnet.ahs.state.vt.us/austrain/login/login.cfm. Virginia. Virginia Institute for Social Services Training Activities. Virginia. 804-828-0178. Fax 804-828-1207. visSDA@vcu.edu. allacronyms.com/visSDA/Virginia_institute_social_services_training_activities. Washington. University of Washington, School of Social Work. Washington. 206-543-5640. socialwork.uw.edu/programs/ce/continuing-education. West Virginia. West Virginia University, Eberly College of Arts and Sciences. 105 Knapp Hall. epub 6830 Downtown Campus. Morgantown, West Virginia 26506-6830. 304-293-3501. 304-293-5936. socialwork@mail.wu.edu. socialwork.wvu.edu/ce. Wisconsin. Milwaukee Child Welfare Partnership for Professional Development. Helen Bader School of Social Welfare. 2400 East Hartford Avenue. Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53211-0786. 414-229-3237. 414-229-5094. Fax 414-229-2711. uwm.edu/mcwppd. New Partnership for Children and Families, University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. Wisconsin. 920-465-2724. news.uwgb.edu/?attachment_ID =24939. 23226. Southern Child Welfare Training Partnership. Wisconsin. 608-262-7291. Fax, 608-262-7117. continuings2ds.wisc.edu/southern-child-welfare-training-partnership. Western Wisconsin Partnership for Children and Families. 410 South 3rd Street. River Falls, Wisconsin 54022. 715-425-3655. Fax, 715-425-3800. uwrf.edu/SoK. Wisconsin Child Welfare Training System. Wisconsin. 608-262-5712. wcwts.wisc.edu/index.aspx. Wyoming. Prevent Child Abuse Wyoming. 1401 Airport Parkway. Suite 225. Cheyenne, Wyoming 82001. 307-637-8622. Fax, 888-518-0563. pcai.org. State Parent Advocacy Groups for states that have such groups. California. Making a Difference Association. Colton, California 92324. 909-420-0413. themakeingadifferenceassociation.org. A Better Way. 3200 Adeline Street. Berkeley, California 94703. 510-852-1694. Appearsey at abetterwayinc.net. foster-adopt-abetterway.com. California Parent Engagement Center. Claremont, California 91711. 909-621-6184, extension 220. strengthening-families.org/cpec/default.aspx. Colorado. Colorado Practitioners Network for Fathers and Families. Colorado. 1-877-695-7996. info@familiesfirstcolorado.org. coloradodads.com/index.cfm ?page =10. facebook.com/be there for your kids. YouTube. youtube.com/user/be there for your kids. Connecticut. Path Parent to Parent/Family Voices of Connecticut. Northford, Connecticut 06472. 1-203-234-9554. pathct.org. facebook.com/pathct. twitter.com/pathct. Connecticut Parent Advocacy Center. 338 Main Street. Niantic, Connecticut 06357. 800-445-2722. cpac@cpacinc.org. cpacinc.org. facebook.com/cpacinc. Delaware. Delaware Ecumenical Council on Children and Families. Delaware 19804. 302-225-3011. decef.org/parents-anonymous-1. Georgia. Families First. 1105 West Peachtree Street Northeast. Atlanta, Georgia 30309-3608. 404-853-2800. 404-853-2867. pmoody@familiesfirst.org. familiesfirst.org. facebook.com/familiesfirst.ga. twitter.com/familiesfirstTGA. Illinois. The Family Defense Center. 70 East Lake St. Suite 1100. Chicago, Illinois 60601. 312-251-9800. FDC at FamilyDefenseCenter.org. FamilyDefenseCenter.net. Facebook.com/FamilyDefenseCenter. Twitter.com/family_defense. YouTube. YouTube.com/channel/UC0201X7UXB6TLYPPCL2T-Q. Indiana. About Special Kids, Ask. 7172 Graham Road. 100. Indianapolis, Indiana 46250. 317-257-8683. FamilyNetW at AboutSpecialKids.org. AboutSpecialKids.org. Facebook.com/AboutSpecialKids. YouTube. YouTube.com/user/AboutSpecialKids ? Feature =MHE. Kansas. Families Together, Inc. Kansas. 316-945-7747. FamiliasTogetherInc.org. Kansas Family Advisory Network. Wichita, Kansas 67208. 1-800-969-5764. kfaninfo@gmail.com. kfan.org. The Arc of Sedgwick County. 2919 West 2nd St. Wichita, Kansas 67203. 316-943-1191. arc-sedgwickcounty.org. Michigan. Family Alliance for Change. 3627 West Verner, Detroit, Michigan 48216. Detroit, Michigan 48216. 313-531-2500. devilctrs.org/programs-services/family-alliance-for-change. Minnesota. Minnesota Communities Caring for Children / Prevent Child Abuse, Minnesota. 709 University Avenue West. 234. St. Paul, Minnesota 55104. 651-523-0099. PCAMN at pcamn.org. pcamn.org/for-parents-and-primary-caregivers. Twitter.com/PCA-Minnesota. YouTube. youtube.com/user/PCAMN. New York. Go Project. 50 Cooper Square. 3rd floor. New York City, New York 10003. 212-533-3744. info@goprojectnic.org. goprojectnic.org/families/resources. facebook.com/goprojectnic. twitter.com/goprojectnic. Center for Family Representation. 40 Worth Street. Suite 605. New York City, New York 10013. 212-691-0950. info@cfrnewyork.org. cfrnewyork.org. facebook.com/center-for-family-representation-90667551426. twitter.com/everyfamilycfr. YouTube. youtube.com/user/everyfamilylinique. Child Welfare Organizing Project. 80 East 110th Street. Number 1E. New York, New York 10019. 212-348-3000. dgonzales at cwap.org. cwap.org/home.html. facebook.com/child-welfare-project-166753923391170. North Carolina. East Durham Children's Initiative. 107 North Driver St. 3rd floor. Durham, North Carolina 27703. 908-8709, extension 102. edci.org. Facebook.com/edcikids. Twitter.com/edci_NC. Our Children's Place of Coastal Horizons Center, Inc. Durham, North Carolina 27709. 919-904-4286. ourchildrensplace.com/index.html. Ohio. National Coalition for Parent Advocacy in Child Protective Services. Ohio. Parents Anonymous at parentsanonymous.org. strengthening.org/parentadvocacy/index.html. Oregon. Black Parent Initiative. 2915 Northeast Martin Luther King Boulevard. Portland, Oregon 97212. 503-284-8000. info@thebpi.org. thebpi.org. facebook.com/black-parent-initiative-123208064358537. twitter.com/bpi_blackparent. Morrison Child and Family Services. 1500 Northeast Irving Street, Suite 250. Portland, Oregon 97232. 503-258-4568. morrisonkids.org/programs/parents-anonymous-of-oregon-parent-mentor-program. Tennessee. Prevent Child Abuse Tennessee. 4721 Turrisdale Drive, Suite 121. Nashville, Tennessee 37220. 615-383-0994. pcat.org/programs. facebook.com/prevent-child-abuse Tennessee. twitter.com/pca Tennessee. Texas. Parent Guidance Center. 9600 Escarpment Boulevard, Suite 745-255. Austin, Texas 78749. info@parentguidancecenter.org. W. parentguidancecenter.org. Washington. Birth Parent National Network. Seattle, Washington 98115. info@ctfalliance.org. bpnn.ctfalliance.org. Parent Trust for Washington Children. 2200 Rainier Avenue South, Seattle, Washington 98144. 206-233-0156. Information at parenttrust.org. parenttrust.org. facebook.com/parenttrust. Washington State Parent Ally Committee. Seattle, Washington 98115. 206-695-3238. WashingtonStatePAC.org/home.html. facebook.com/Washington-State-Parent-Ally-Committee-1146891752982229.